Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Today we're looking at Infinite Guild Raid. Now I know this one is really important for all of you guys that are in guilds and want to make sure that your guild succeeds. It's not, vitally important that you get the highest damage ever. It's really just important that you do your best and contribute to your guild. But there's a lot of people out there that love to get the highest score they can, and I definitely was trying to do that. Normally that's not me. I'm normally not that type of person, but I don't know. This was kind of content that I felt like I could try it with. So I am on Cleaf attempting to do the Infinite Guild Raid for your guild. And I'm going to show you some video here of me finally getting 5.2 million. Now, I know that there are Cleafs out there that are doing 6 million plus. I'm going to look at some more next week and see if I can change around what I'm doing to hopefully get up to that 6 mil point. But for right now, this was my 5.2 mil run. And right now it took Genos, Argon, and Celia, the Light Heart Magician. I am going to show you some of the things that I do inside of this run. A couple things that I want to give you some tips though. Provoke is really important, especially for Cleefs. It reduces the boss's defenses, essentially. You can do a lot more damage when you land a Provoke. So you will see that I typically will save my Provoke for the boss when he comes after the 2 waves. Typically, I'm going to land my provoke and then I'm going to land a defense break. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. I start out with fire staff for the first 2 waves or fire weapon. I do like fire weapon because skill 1 has sort of this jumping effect where you can chain jump and attack multiple things, essentially killing things pretty quickly. After the first 2 waves and the first 2 bosses, once we finally hit the water boss or the water stage is where I like to switch to my own water weapon. The reason I do that is because water weapon has its skill 3 or the provoke is on a much shorter cooldown. It's at half the cooldown time, 15 seconds. So you're able to get that provoke up pretty quickly if you already used it. And I stay on it at that point. So that way I can have a provoke and I can also land a defense break. Cleef's skill 2 on water is a defense break, at least the original skill 2, not the new one that does all the freezes. Yeah, you can land a defense break as well. So I will typically land a provoke and a defense break and even an attack down. And then I can let my Argon do its thing and kill down that boss extremely quickly. So if I don't land one of those 2 things, provoke or defense break, it tends to be a lot slower run for me. The other thing that is important to do is at the bottom right, there is you can see my F2 button and my F3 button. I turn those off. Basically, I want my Genos, Argon, Celia to be attacking their own things while Cleef goes and does his thing, right? I do my thing. So everybody is essentially attacking their own individual monsters. Because if you have the follow on and the target my target button on, then you're going to end up with your monsters just sort of following you around and never actually attacking anything. It's going to make for a very slow run. So I highly suggest turning those 2 buttons off, the targeting button as well as the follow button. So obviously not everybody has Genos, but a couple monsters you could experiment with if you have them. Lucian, Fang Yang. There's also Huahi as a support for some of your Orbia and Soletta mains, as well as a possible interesting choice here. This is Diggit. He has a 2 mana cost AoE skill, which could come in handy. It's pretty cheap and you can spam that over and over. It's good for AoE damage. So try that out. I'm going to try them out a little bit next week as well. See if any of those monsters work for you. Those are really my only tips that I have for now, especially on Cleef. I think 6 mil is really hard to do. I'm sure there are some really high level Cleefs out there that are able to hit that 6 mil. I'm definitely going to be experimenting with a couple things next week. I'm going to be soul connecting Lucian and soul connecting Huahi. Lucian being the Wind Joker and Huahi being the Fire Sky Dancer. They seem to be some really important monsters that a lot of people are using. I'm going to try those out, see if they can help me at all with Cleef. But I have a feeling I'm probably just going to have to use Soletta or Orbia in order to hit those 6 mil numbers like you see a lot of people hitting. So I hope this helps you a little bit, at least get the numbers perhaps that I'm getting and contribute to your own guild. All right, guys, the full footage is coming up here with the run. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. As always, my name is TopherSmurf telling you to keep on gaming. 2 provokes, 2 skills, and no provoke. That's right, guys. You guys are here for the ride. This is what happened last time. Okay, we'll start out with Fire Staff. Shh, let's not talk about that. You don't need to know what my accuracy is. Accuracy is for the weak. And no defense break. Okay. Yeah, man. The collab event wasn't good. The monsters are phenomenal. Okay, gotta provoke. Oh, this is big. I win. See how fast that was? Jesus. Okay, Genos, you do things. I like Genos. You over there. Genos, go over there. Okay, provoke and defense break, not bad. Okay. Come over here. Okay. We got it, boys. 5.2. We got it. 5.2. Woo! That's the highest I've gotten.